Eh bien, bonsoir à toutes et à tous, c'est Dark Naruto. Comment allez-vous? J'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui, on se retrouve pour la suite de Chicken Police Penetrated. Alors, je change tout ça et je lance le jeu. Hop là. J'ai vu en info Steam qu'apparemment il va y avoir un patch. Je me demande quel patch vont-ils faire. Ok, c'est le capturer. On peut continuer.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell
Bon,
of
par
spilled
contre, on
whiskey.
va retaper
Behind the bar, rows of
les
fancy
mêmes
bottles
dialogues
reflected the
qu'on s'était
harmonious
laissé la
voices
dernière
of pretty
fois.
dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Ah, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Ce pigeon.
Look, Sonny, I know it's
Problème de
not my
boisson,
place,
tous ces
but
ouvriers.
Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, Look, fellas at the station are talking, you know? All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good. And let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Le barman.
A man's best friend.
That's not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
Oh, I see, right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
Don't be shy, Sonny. Just ask him for a drink.
Still talking to yourself, huh? Great.
Don't be shy, Sonny. 2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive, you know?
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water, too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant. Gentlemen, your drinks.
Yeah, sorry, but we have to run. Thanks anyway, Bojack.
Ugh, my name is not Bojack. I tip you, pal, but I don't have any change, so... Sure, sir. The Tsar welcomes you back anytime.
Sounds good, Bojack.
Anything else, sirs?
No thanks, Mr. Ed. Keep up the good work.
Anything else?
Tell me, hey breath, have you seen Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir, but she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen. Anything else?
On n'en dira pas plus.
Hey, there's Philmar.
Who? Oh, yes, Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
The old hawk looks like shit if you ask me.
Just like looking into the mirror.
The old hawk looks like shit if you...
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Philmar Lowe.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a Feather Pillow Mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Oh non! J'ai lancé l'histoire. J'ai même pas pu. Ah, ouf. Ça va, on peut encore parler aux autres personnes. Quelque chose sur Natacha qui pourrait être important pour l'enquête, mais il dira rien tant que je l'approuve pas. Il avait l'air un peu nerveux, alors ça doit être très important. Un type parfaitement banal qu'on oublie vite et une vieille connaissance d'Averia. Filmeur, c'est comme ça qu'il se fait appeler maintenant. C'est un ancien camarade d'avant Clawville, c'est un des meilleurs détectives privés de la ville et tout comme la plupart de ses collègues, il est souvent en froid avec la loi et pourtant c'est une des rares personnes à qui on peut faire confiance à Clawville. Est-ce que j'ai découvert quelque chose? j'ai rien débloqué pour l'instant de nouveau.
Just one more thing, Philmar.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Do you think we're walking into a trap? You always had good instincts.
You know, I couldn't figure out this Natasha woman, even when I worked for her.
Then the trouble is bigger than I thought.
Just take care of yourselves, and don't leave your guns out of reach.
Oh, that's never happened.
Yeah, this crazy cock even sleeps with his.
You're welcome to the club, Brother Bird.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
Take care, Phil.
You too, old fart.
The old hawk looks like shit if...
Take care, Phil.
Yeah.
Come to daddy, darling.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
Incroyable.
Anything else?
Alors, Madame Lapine, qui est une serveuse. J'essaie de voir c'est quoi autre chose maintenant.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Ah, c'est une écureuil. J'en ai
That
cru.
girl is looking at me.
She's just looking at anyone whose glass is empty, Marty. That's all.
No, Sonny. She was staring at me like hard. Now, I saw it.
Marty, you're imagining things. Oh, wait a second.
You see that, right? She's looking right at us with those big, black, weird squirrel eyes.
Okay, Marty, don't panic. And just look elsewhere and walk away slowly.
Creepy little squirrel girl. Creepy little squirrel girl.
Alors ici, est-ce qu'on a quelque chose? On n'a pas tout le grand chevreuil, je peux pas parler.
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What if, this is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
This is the life, huh?
Ça, tout ce qu'on peut dire. Là, maintenant, il y a
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
What is it, butt jam?
Nothing, old fart.
What is it, butt jam?
A fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Remember that old case with the fox and the raven?
How could I even forget?
Absurd, right? All that bloodshed for a piece of cheese.
Yeah, hunger can bring out the monster in animals, right?
And the wildest and most primordial instincts, no matter how civilized they seem.
As you say, Marty.
Eh ben.
Remember that other case with the turtle and the rabbit fella?
Oh, gosh, Marty, where do you dig these out?
My mind is a bottomless pit, my friend. Was the rabbit a runner? And the turtle was what, his buddy, or?
His dealer, actually.
Ah, yeah, you're right. We found the rabbit near the river with a missing leg. Brutal stuff.
2 missing legs, actually, but yeah.
What happened with the turtle in the end? It's a little bit blurry.
Your bottomless pit of a mind is a dark and sad little place. The turtle thought he would run faster if he ate the legs of the rabbit.
You know what? This city's seriously fucked up.
It is, Marty.
Putain.
Remember that other case with the
Incroyable. Les développeurs, ils savent quand même inventer des choses, hein, je tiens à le dire. Celui-là, je vais pas les parler. This done for here.
Oh, I know this fodder guy. He was kinda good in Death of the Horse.
You've seen every clucking movie.
You know, Laura and I go to the movies a lot. When was the last time you went?
Exactly 12 years ago.
Oh, you remember that precisely? Let me guess. Molly?
Yep, our very first date.
I see. What did you watch?
I don't remember. I just remember her. And nothing else.
You're a clucking poet. I mean it.
What weird titles these have. What weird...
Ooh, I've seen this. Hicks Poodle plays a private eye, hired to look for a woman, then gets into some kind of blackmail thing that's connected to the first case, and...
Hey, Marty?
What, yeah?
I don't give a shit.
Oh,
It's a classic, and kind of reminds me of the situation we're in right now.
How so?
I don't know. A mysterious case, a mysterious woman, strange threats, some off-duty investigation.
So?
Like, think about it. What if we're in a movie, and this whole mess is just fiction?
Marty, I think you're having a nervous breakdown.
It's a classic, and kind of You think this is one of those movies where the femme fatale gets everything in the end, and the poor detective's left stranded?
Yep, just like life.
You're old, Sonny. I mean, experienced. Have you ever met a woman like that in real life? Who floors you with a glance and leaves only heartbreak?
Well, actually...
Oh, but I didn't mean to... I'm sorry, Sonny. You're old, Sonny. I mean,
Huh. Another lupus movie. Jeez. Is there nothing today they're not trying to sell with this guy?
Whoa, don't be rude, Sonny. Lupus is a timeless genius. Have you seen Predator City? God, I'm still getting chicken bumps. But wait, who's that next to him?
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Nah, never heard of her.
Cassandra Ruby Faye. Oh, gods, even her name makes me go weak in the knees.
Watch your blood pressure, pal.
Don't mind me, just women and guns are my only weakness.
Huh. No shit.
Remember the name, Marty. Cassandra Ruby Faye.
Marty, shut up.
Remember the name.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Ah, are you chicken or what?
Piss off, old bird.
Nah, chicken shit.
That woman with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal.
The memories are returning.
Geez, just spare me the dirty details.
The memories. Isn't that?
Yes, it is. The great Ibn Wessler, in the flesh. So much for our incognito.
You think he noticed us?
Only if he's not entirely blind.
Great.
Just try to act normal, as much as you can.
Yep, that's him. The big rat in the flesh.
Well, it looks like this unpleasant conversation can't be avoided. Just try to act normal. Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Particulièrement grande et mince pour une corneille, elle est silencieuse et mystérieuse. À la distance actuelle, elle accompagne partout. Ce sera utile de savoir si la relation entre cette corneille et Monsieur Parr est strictement professionnelle ou s'il y a quelque chose de plus. Il a comportement étrange depuis quelques temps.
Don't be shy, detective. Ask me anything.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Let's see.
Don't be shy, detective.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
I'm not as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now, here I am.
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Everybody knows Mr. Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Is that still worth anything?
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you. Look, detective, if you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler. Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive a detective. Olivia's a real firecracker. Don't be shy, detective. Yeah.
Wessler's a
Hey,
tricky
man.
guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall. Yet.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez ressenti quand vous avez appris que Natasha a été victime de chantage? C'est du genre sournois, malheureusement je ne sais pas assez sur lui, je vais devoir être malin, je peux pas simplement le mettre au pied du mur, pas encore.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Il est méfiant. Pourquoi ne pas avoir appelé la police? Il est sournois et méfiant. Pourquoi ne pas avoir appelé la police?
Why didn't you just call the police?
Huh? Why? What would have been the use of that? A few messages aren't enough for a case. You should know that.
Harassment makes for a case. So do threats.
Who were you trying to convince, Sonny? Huh? They would have laughed in my face. Anyway, you know, the police station. Once I set foot in there, I'm not coming out again.
Your lawyers are too good for that, Ibn.
Yeah, I guess you're right, chicken.
Oh, mystérieux. Je pensais que l'on serait stupide à ce point.
Why would anyone have reason to blackmail your girlfriend?
I don't know, maybe because she's my girlfriend?
You think that's enough?
It's plenty enough.
Good point.
Oh, are you finally getting to a point? Or do you really want to dig around in my private life? Because, people who do that end up in the alley. if you catch my drift.
Very much so, Mr. Wessler. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush.
Son nom mystérieux méfiant, soupe au lait. A-t-elle déjà vécu ce genre d'incident dans le passé? Vous passez beaucoup de temps ici, vous ne trouvez pas ce message dangereux?
Are you and Natasha close?
What do you mean exactly, chicken?
Mr. Featherland, if you please. This could be important. How does she stand on the scale from sweetheart to wife?
Oh, you have some nerve. Ask her that. I'm a gentleman, Mr. Featherland.
Really?
Maybe you can't comprehend it, but I can't ask for her hand until she offers it to me herself.
How chivalrous.
Get to the point, detective.
Business going well, Mr. Wessler? Ibn is quick-tempered, and I can use that to my advantage. I've confounded and softened him with my previous questions. Now it's time to be specific and ruthless.
Moins 20? Putain! Le chef de la mafia et... Comment elle vous fait pour vous rencontrer?
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The millions, of course. It was like another lifetime. It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Plus 10. Oh là 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 là.
Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Goldtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Plus 10. Oh, j'arriverai jamais jusqu'à la barre du positif. Hein. Natacha pense qu'elle est en grand danger et pourtant elle s'y rend toute seule. Elle est seule quand elle y reste le week-end.
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. But I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Yeah! Question posée 7, précision de focus 60%. Flic correct. Eh ben pour le deuxième pour le deuxième interrogatoire, j'ai pas mal réussi, c'est cool. C'est pas pareil qu'au bon vieux temps, mais t'es encore dans le coup, le vieux coq en a encore sous les plumes. S'efforce de changer de sujet quand on évoque les menaces, de toute évidence, il en sait plus que ce qu'il prétend.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
I have no doubt about that, unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Oh.
Please, take a seat. The show's gonna start soon.
Oh là là.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. My man has left with a golden smile. This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just give us
Sonny. Sonny.
say. Chloe's still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
That was, unique.
Oh, that is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
Ahem. You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey,
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
I don't have time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
Oh là là. Ah ouais, c'est le luxe hein, chez elle. The 7th rule of predation.
a unique picture and kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination. This woman's... You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
Light is the brother of darkness.
More like its lover, don't you think? Anyway, I thought I hired a detective, not a poet.
I'm not a poet, Natasha. Just a fool.
Oh, what an act.
Light is the brother. I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. So this is where the magic happens, right? The big transformation.
Every woman needs a little magic, and every man needs some illusion.
You're right there, Angel. So this is where the magic happens.
IBN s'efforce de changer de sujet quand on évoque les menaces de ce qui fait tant. Actuellement, la chronique de Gangster. La possède de César. C'était la chanteuse vedette du Million Club dont elle est tard de capabilité. C'est la plus IBN dans certaines choses sur son passé avant ses événements. J'ai rien débloqué du tout.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination. This woman's...
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
in a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
You do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Well, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Personnel. Interrogé. Une femme mystérieuse a l'air également dangereuse, mais laisse sans aucun doute dans un sac à être en question. Est-elle la source du problème ou est-ce quelqu'un d'autre? Quelle est la question?
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows where I live.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Ah, je peux plus lui parler.
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Ah, ben je suis à la barre du milieu, tiens. C'était remarquable.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Plus 10. Confiante et énigmatique. Ce tableau est franchement osé. Tout comme votre loge.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
You tell me.
Plus 5. Ok. Pensez-vous qu'un amateur puisse être l'auteur des menaces? Que pouvez-vous me dire sur IBN Wessler? Pensez-vous qu'un amateur puisse être l'auteur des menaces?
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Plus 10. Elle est froide. Pourquoi Déborah? C'est une gentille fille, mais pourquoi ne pas être venue à moi directement? Avez-vous des preuves matérielles concernant les menaces? Pourquoi Déborah? C'est une gentille fille, mais pourquoi ne pas être venue à moi directement?
Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
I see. So, what about me? How do I come into the picture?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept. My ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Elle est effrayée. Qu'est-ce qu'il y avait exactement dans ces menaces?
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Je vous suggère de vous faire oublier et Filmar. Sa présence a-t-elle un lien avec vous? Pensez que les menaces puissent avoir un rapport avec votre dangereuse relation amoureuse? Personne n'a jamais vu le coupable, pas même une silhouette. Sa présence a-t-elle un lien avec...
Could the threats have anything to do with the dangerous relationship between you?
You mean I'm a cat and he's a rat?
Every interracial relationship has risk, but yes, this one's more conspicuous than most.
Clawville's a very open and free city, but I guess you see more radical transgressions than I do.
One of the most common causes in homicidal and predatory cases, ma'am. So, yes.
Well, I don't know about that. Nobody ever questioned our relationship openly. We are what we are. And you know, if you're interested in my personal feelings, danger fills our relationship with a flavor no other can replace.
It must be one interesting relationship, that's for sure. I'm not sure I can feel the same, but I can certainly understand it.
Maybe one day you'll experience it, Sonny. Have you ever been with a predator before?
Well,
Well,
that's unsteady ground, Natasha. Let's turn the questioning around, if you don't mind.
as you wish, Sonny.
Plus 5. Combien d'idiots comme moi vous avez utilisé?
How many fools like me have you used up, Natasha?
In all my life? Well,
I just forget it. I don't want to know. Curiosity killed the cat. No pun intended.
I'm just joking. You're not a fool, Sonny. I know that was supposed to be a kind of insult, but it usually rolls right off me. I can't take cock-a-doodling, so you can put aside the strutting stuff while you're talking to me.
Fair point. Broadcast received, ma'am. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Ah! Moins 60! Oh la vache, quoi! Oh là 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 là. Comment connaissez-vous Molly?
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Plus 5. Vous êtes joué de moi depuis le début, non? Qu'en dites-vous exactement de moi?
What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes.
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Poulet rôti. Poulet rôti MDR. Pas mauvais, pas bon non plus, pas mal pour un bleu, mais tu peux faire mieux. Reprends-toi la prochaine fois et sois attentif à tous les signes. Concentre-toi, Le mot qui constitue la menace dans le message que Natacha a reçu est simplement putain. C'est bref, mais ça en dit long. D'accord.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, This is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Nouvel indice. Natacha a peur et sa peur est bien réelle, mais je vois bien qu'il ne dit pas tout pour autant et j'aime pas ça. Natacha m'a invité dans sa résidence secondaire pour me montrer quelque chose. D'habitude, je serais bien content, mais dans ce cas-ci, je suis plutôt inquiet. La menace, ou plutôt le mot qui constitue la menace dans le message que Natacha a reçu est simplement, c'est bref, mais ça en dit long. Wow. Ok. Ça alors, j'ai rien débloqué en termes de... J'ai fait 2, 3, 4. Incroyable ce score de merde.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
I'm sorry. I've never smoked.
Really? That's very uncommon in your line of work.
It was uncommon in all my previous lines of work too. But I promise that next time we meet, I'll bring you a box of matches.
I might take you up on that.
No trouble at all.
Demander. Ah.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
Non.
This woman's aware of...
Ok. Alors je peux l'interroger sur le César.
Why did you name it the Tsar Club when you took over? It was the Millions before.
Maybe you can guess my origins from my name and my accent. I come from the eastern Tsardom of Slavonia. We are quite respectful of our leaders.
Do you feel that's not the case here in Clawville?
Here? No. Absolutely not, Mr. Featherland. Many here don't even know the name of their king. To them, he's only the Fox King. It's quite disrespectful and rude.
There's some truth to that.
Where I'm from, we choose our leaders ourselves, and whatever they do later, we proudly stand by our decision.
So that's why the name, in respect to your country.
Don't take me for so sentimental. It's only partly the reason. We lived there until I was 14. Then we had to flee. It doesn't matter why. In the end, I was the only one who made it to Clawville. So the name isn't because of nostalgia or respect. More like a reminder.
So, why Deborah?
I could not seek you out in person. It was risky even to send Debbie.
It's too late now. Mr. Wessler is aware of my little investigation.
I'm sorry I got her mixed up in this. She's a lovely girl.
She looked like one. May I be brash?
It's New Year's Eve. Everything goes tonight.
C'est le réveillon, on peut se le
Even.
permettre.
You love him.
In my own way. Yes, I do.
Whatever that means.
You can't understand this, Sonny. There are women who can't actually love. Not like they're supposed to. But that doesn't mean they don't love however they can.
That's not a real answer, is it?
If you only accept yes or no, then yes, I love him.
C'est débloqué. C'est ça l'amour. Incroyable.
So this message...
I'm sorry I had to upset you, Sonny. But if I didn't take that step, would we be talking here right now?
Well, probably I'd be dead drunk and counting sheepmen in my dreams.
I'm good for you, you see?
Yeah. You're a real angel.
Marty Matchka.
Why just me? What's wrong with my partner?
Nothing in the world. I just like to be discreet. I wanted to talk to you in private because of Molly.
Well, thank you for your discretion. It means a lot.
Don't mention it.
Olivia Bloki.
So, who's this Olivia bird?
I know well what you're curious about. You want to know if she's sleeping with Ibn.
The thought may have crossed my mind.
You men. But guess what? Maybe she does.
You don't care?
As long as he loves me, I don't.
Well, that's your business. What do you know about her?
She's not the one threatening me. You can be sure of that. I know that was your next thought. The lovesick assistant is jealous of the boss's girlfriend and wants to flick her out of the picture. It would even stand up, but Olivia doesn't have feelings. If she let Ibn sleep with her, it's because she does what he says, nothing more.
That was so honest and raw, I'm inclined to believe it.
Alors, on a tout dit.
Do you have a light, Natasha?
Le briquet, on s'en fout. Elle était déjà orpheline. Ah, MDR. C'est le monde désolé des fiers habitants de Stowania, où vivent en majorité des prédateurs et de gros chiens. La situation politique entre Cloville et Stowania est assez tendue et délicate. Pour des raisons historiques, en tant que commercial, le Tsara de Stowania est le plus grand perdant de la guerre de la viande. Mais la plupart des animaux considèrent que c'est lui qui aurait déclenché la seconde guerre de la viande, qui représente la plus grosse menace planant sur le monde moderne. What? What the fuck, man?
This woman's aware of her. Light is the brother.
Regarde s'il n'y a pas
So
d'autres
this is where
dialogues.
the magic happens, right?
Ok, qu'est-ce que j'ai dans mon sac? Ah, une clé. Très bien. Je me casse.
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh. This is the life, huh? You know, Sonny, I love Laura, and I swear I'm gonna marry her one day. But I gotta admit, that Natasha woman has turned even my head.
I wouldn't mess with Laura if I were you, pal. Wouldn't even think about it. There are few women as dangerous as her, and not just because she's a predator.
You're telling me.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky. Bourbon.
Remember that other case with the turtle?
Ah. Ils se sont séparés, ces chèvres. Ah, je peux le parler, tiens.
What a lovely kitten. What a lovely...
Ok, ça se répète.
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy. Listen, pal. Maybe if,
Did I stutter, chicken? Get lost.
Listen, pal. What I love... Wessler's secretary.
Olivia Blackwig. You think she knows anything useful?
It's worth a try, Marty, but let me do the talking. She's not very fond of you.
What can I say? You know, back in the day, I flew from tree to tree. I was a free bird. Maybe I was playing her a bit.
Personnel. Parlons.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
you don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Look, Olivia, you know, last time...
Please, Marty, there's no need.
Yes, there is. I know I wasn't a gentleman, and I know I should have called you, but I was young and...
You don't have to explain. I wasn't waiting long for your call. I forgot about it fast.
That's good to hear, I suppose.
I'm sorry we disturbed you.
Not at all. Have a nice evening, gentlemen.
I'm sorry we disturbed you.
On va lui demander à propos du César.
Do you come here often, Olivia?
No, not really.
Well, okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Ce fut rapide.
You know, Ibn's not as ferocious as you'd think. On the contrary, he's become very different recently.
I heard. Don't you find that weird? A sudden change of heart?
Sometimes an animal just has enough. Fed up and wants a change. I deeply respect that.
Well, thank you for your honesty, ma'am. What's your relationship with Miss Natasha Katsenko?
We've talked a bit, that's all.
There's no tension between you? You know, the pretty secretary.
Oh, thank you for your compliment, Mr. Featherland. No, no tension. Natasha's an intelligent woman. I respect her.
Is that mutual?
That I can't tell.
La résidence secondaire.
If I'm not mistaken, Natasha has a weekend house in Flowerville.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you tell me anything about it?
I've never been there. Allegedly, it's beautiful. Elegant and luxurious. Just like Natasha herself.
I'm sorry we disturbed you.
Ça c'est bon.
What a Listen, pal. Maybe if,
Did I stutter, chicken? Get lost.
Lui, il a fini de parler. Mec renard, c'est pareil. La scène, j'avais fait. Le grand chevreuil, ça se répétait la même chose.
Creepy little squirrel girl.
Non. Fumeur.
Isn't that Filmar standing over there at the bar?
Huh, you're right. That time to say hi.
Isn't that Filmar standing over...
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Take care of yourself, old bird.
You're one to talk.
Take care of yourself, old...
Alors, demandons à propos d'IBN Whistler.
The truth is, Ibn's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
Huh, to be honest, me too.
La résidence secondaire.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
Diable, oui.
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibn's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing?
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be. Take care of yourself, old... Don't be shy, Sonny. Just ask him. Hey, Big Nose, where did Mr. Wessler go?
unfortunately, I don't know, Big Face. But I wouldn't tell you even if I did. Really?
Say, did anyone ever tell you that you're an irritating piece of sh...
Anything else, dear sirs?
Have a good night, Longface. Have a good night, Longface.
Ok, qu'est-ce qu'on a eu là dans le petit sac
We stepped into it, didn't we? Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Nouveau lieu. J'ai reconnu quelques noms sur la liste que Filmar m'a donnée, mais ils appartiennent tous au Gotha très estimé de Globule. Ça pourrait être une liste de mariage, mais je doute que ce soit le cas. Cette liste avec tous ces noms de la haute société doit avoir un lien avec Natasha et donc avec les menaces. Par exemple, secondaire Natasha Gaskell, elle se trouve dans le quartier le prisonnier le plus propre de la ville, la Foraville. Je me demande ce qu'elle cache ici. J'ai un nouveau lieu et je vais parler à tout le monde en général.
Have a good night, Longface.
Ouais. Changement de lieu. La résidence secondaire. Hot dog. Le poste de police. Ah, le poste de police qui est un truc secondaire maintenant. On va aller au hot dog voir s'il y a...
Ooh, a nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird. Ah, is that the Kite and Blues? Everything all right, old man?
If there's something we can do for you, just say so, okay?
Well, all right.
Hey, old man. Everything all right? Any trouble?
Still nothing.
Hey, old man. Everything...
This quiet. You know, I understand why Zip escaped here when he got out of his shady dealings.
It's not possible to get all the way out, Marty.
What? So, you also stay a cop even after retirement?
Every cop stays a cop. It burns itself into you.
That's good to know. So am I gonna stay a cop forever?
Sorry, Marty.
Well, that's that.
The Hive. City of insects. More like a ghetto.
I hope we never investigate there again.
We won't, Marty. This is our last job.
Don't say that, boss.
The Hive. City of...
Il y a bel et bien de nouvelles dialogues.
No matter how big the city is, Marty, I feel more and more like I'm living in prison.
Hey, it's not too late to skip off, boss. You only have 121 days left, right?
120. Then, retirement.
So, what's keeping you?
I don't know. I could have left even earlier. But the city won't let me go.
You're afraid of change, huh?
Everyone's afraid of change on a certain level. But no, that's not what I'm talking about. The city just keeps pulling me back. If it wasn't for this case, I could have drunk myself to death.
Even the afterlife is better than Clawville.
Sometimes I think that.
I think you're beyond help, boss.
If you gaze into the city will gaze into you.
Okay.
If you gaze into the city... Once this broken down old car... Once this... Praise be unto you, O great neon god.
Hallowed be thy name, and thy pancakes.
Amen.
I once dreamed that his eyes were moving. He just looked into me.
At least it was just a dream for you. I always feel like he's following me with his gaze, even now as we speak.
I once dreamed that his eyes were
This makes the bile rise in my...
Ça se répète les mêmes dialogues. Entrons.
Ah, jeez, boys. Out of 2,000 joints in the city, had to end up here, huh?
Hello to you too, Zip. How's it hanging?
I had no problems until now.
Ah, don't be such a drama queen. We just want to ask you a couple of questions, then we're out of here.
And we won't even trash your place this time. What do you say?
I say let's get it over with very, very quickly, chickens.
Relax, pal. We'll be as fast as a hummingbird.
I'm not your pal, and you're as far from a hummingbird as I'm from a polar bear.
Oh, come on, Zip. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Ça alors.
You remember that time when Zip made you wash dishes all night?
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. My feathers smelled of soap for a week.
At least you've learned your lesson. Never leave home without your wallet.
Because your partner won't help you out. But hey, wasn't it you who went out to buy a pack of smokes without your wallet tonight?
Well, that's different.
Yeah, right. While you distract Zip, I'm gonna sneak in and steal his secret magic coffee recipe.
Marty, you watch too many espionage movies.
What? There's no such thing as too many. Especially if it's starring Cassidy Lupus.
Marty,
Yeah?
I don't care. Nothing interesting in there. Even if there is, I don't want to know. Nothing I wouldn't eat here if my... This is what they call music these days?
Ha, you're croaking like some old bitter crow, Sonny. This is called rock and roll.
It's gonna be trouble, I'm telling you. Things like this make the world go crazy, and we have enough crazy already.
We need a little global insanity every few decades, Sonny. Better a fashion explosion than a real one, right?
Yeah, maybe. It's because of pigeons like this that there's no place on stage for real musicians.
Of all that's furry, shut up, Sonny. Please.
It's because of pigeons like...
Comment Sony n'aime pas les musiques, quoi.
You know what? Wise word.
Zip, 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 zip.
Gods, he's in even worse shape than the last time we saw him.
Well, Marty, aging is like that. And while we're at it, looks like you put on a few pounds.
What? Who, me? Don't make me laugh. I weigh exactly the same as I've always done.
Yeah, sure. I can see we're not particularly welcome.
I wonder why.
I can see we're not...
So, out with it. Stop winding me up. I'm almost consumed by all this excitement.
We've just come from the Tsar Club, Zip. Who do you think we met?
If I can guess one, I'd say, was it His Majesty Hobart Ibn Wessler, the Rat Prime himself?
That on, pal.
What a surprise. So, what do you want to know? Just because I don't know anything.
Of course you don't. Just a couple questions.
Go on, boys. Hurry up, will you?
What's up, Zip? Quiet night, I see. And what's Timothy doing here?
That's exactly what I asked him when he wound up here. But yeah, he's a regular nowadays. He must be sniffing some kind of story about the Hive.
About the riots? Have they reached here already?
I ain't seen nothing. More cops around, yeah, as you can see for yourself.
We're not on duty, Zip.
It's still the same. A cop's a cop. A lot come by, but besides beating up bugs, nothing much happens.
It will, Zip. I can sniff it in the air.
If you say so, Sonny, your sense of smell is better than mine.
Maybe once.
Huh? What more do you want?
Is it forbidden to stand around at your place?
Go stand around somewhere else in the city. Huh? What more do you want?
I can see we're not particularly welcome.
I wonder why.
Ouais, répétez la même dialogue. Ah, whisky de qualité.
Look what we found, Zip.
Furry hell. Who'd you beat to death for that?
Beat to death? Who do you think we are? We simply confiscated it.
You sneaky broilers. I'll give you $50 for it.
Don't make me laugh. It's worth 3 times that.
Oh, come on. Give me a break.
Tough luck, Trash Panda.
Phil Marlowe.
We also ran into Filmar.
Filmar? Who's that?
A grumpy old raggedy-ass hawk. His manners are even worse than mine. Ring a bell?
You mean Marlowe?
Was Marlowe. Now he goes by Philmar Lowe.
Oh, I see. So that means he's still alive? I'm almost not surprised. The old guy has a reputation of being indestructible, huh?
He is. And he gave us something that could mean something.
Étrange liste de noms.
Look at this, Zip.
Holy crap, what's this? The guest list at a king's birthday party?
Hey, that's not even a bad guess.
What do you make of it?
This piece of paper's from so high up where I've never been myself, boys, so don't ask me.
Une chatte apeurée.
We spoke to Natasha. She's scared.
Well, it's not good life insurance to be the girl of the most powerful gangster in the city.
It's not about that. Someone's been writing offensive messages to her. She feels threatened.
I only know that every second husband in the city wants to have her, and every second wife wants to wring her neck because of that. Nothing else.
Thanks, Zip. But we're not any further ahead.
But not further back, right?
C'est pas faux.
Huh? What more do you want?
On a tout dit. Ah, le jukebox. Ai-je débloqué de nouvelles musiques? Oui! Des gens louches au chaudron coco. On va écouter ça. Alors, vous avez déjà été avec une prédatrice. Écoutons ça. Très chouette musique. Et d'ailleurs, j'ai su regarder ma rediff de ma Rediff-Live précédente. Pour l'instant, je n'ai pas encore de problème de droit d'auteur, donc ça va, vous pouvez écouter les musiques qui viennent du jukebox pour l'instant. Et tant mieux, au moins vous profitez des musiques du jeu, ce qui est quand même pas mal, et très sympa en tout cas. Alors, t'es qui toi?
Damn it, what's the scribbler doing here?
Sniffing some juicy story?
I think I still owe him a great big left hook.
What did he do this time?
Oh, nothing. Just since I first met him, I wanted to punch him in the face.
I can understand that.
We don't have to talk to him, right?
Impossible to avoid, Marty. Not if he hasn't gone blind or deaf since we last saw him. Timothy Saltwater is the meddler journalist of the Clawville Chronicle. That wouldn't be a problem in itself, but unfortunately, he's a huge fan and the architect of the chicken police legend. Timothy Saltwater.
Parlons-lui, tiens.
Hello, Timothy. Scribblers don't celebrate New Year's.
Hello, boys. What a pleasure to see you. Answering your question, no, not really. Not me, anyway. I'm always where the story is.
Mm-hmm. And where's the story now? I can't see it anywhere.
It just stepped through the door, pal.
Oh, you mean us? Well, I think I'll have to disappoint you.
The chicken police are back together? I can't let that go without an ink stain, am I right?
No, Timmy, you can. We're not working, we're just having a little fun, that's all.
I'm not buying that, boys.
You'll have to, Tim.
We'll see about that.
Is that rag you work for still around, Tim?
You mean the most read and highest-ranking newspaper of the city, the Clawville Chronicle?
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
I see that you still have your famous sense of humor, Sonny. Such a joy.
Yeah, I do.
So, how about you tell me what you're really doing here?
Not a chance, Timbo. The truth is, we're already leaving.
Sorry, pal. Maybe next time.
So, how about you tell me what
Timothy.
So, how about you tell me what you...
Ok. Il nous dira que ça...
Nothing interesting. Nothing interesting in there. I can see we're not particularly well.
Huh? What more do you want?
On a tout dit. On a découvert un nouveau personnage qui est à l'autre page. Ouais, c'est ça. Bruyant, agaçant et trop enthousiaste. Et malheureusement, c'est le plus grand fan des inspecteurs poulets. Tim le scribouilleur de son vrai nom, Timothy Saltwater. C'est un connard qui fout son nez partout et un petit enfoiré qui fait chier tout le monde. Mais bon, je dois admettre que c'est le meilleur reporter d'investigation de toute Clawville. À l'époque des inspecteurs poulets, il a joué un grand rôle dans notre ascension. On était devenus les flics les plus célèbres de la ville. Comme quoi. Gabriel. Silencieux et mortel, il vient probablement de Stonotonia. Ce lynx c'est très probablement un des sbires d'IBN Wessler. C'est ce que j'avais déjà lu. Alors dans le codex, est-ce que j'ai débloqué quelque chose? Non, je ne vois pas. Ok.
I once dreamed that his eyes were moving.
Ça se répète les mêmes trucs.
This makes the bile rise. Once this... If you gaze into the city, the hive, city of insects.
Ah, is that the Kite and Blues?
Hey, old man. Everything all right? Any trouble?
Still nothing.
Ok. On a tout fouillé. Alors... Je n'ai que ces deux endroits-là. Nous allons au poste de police.
I don't know, Sonny. What exactly are we doing here?
Let's hope we can learn something about Natasha and Ibn by sniffing around before we visit that weekend house in Flowerville.
Learn something? From Phyllis and Roy's?
Well, I wasn't exactly thinking about them.
Yeah, figures. Are those two gonna stand out here all night long?
I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past them. They're operating by some incomprehensible logic, at least for simple birds like us.
I wish we had the smarts to understand.
Maybe one day, Marty. Maybe one day. You remember Operation Double Spike, Marty?
Furry gods, how could I ever forget? The whole PD was laughing at the poor bastards for weeks.
Every workplace needs guys like these. Nothing would be the same without them. They may be idiots, but their hearts are in the right place. Well, more or less. Probably less. They may be idiots. How's it going tonight, boys?
Uneventful so far, Sonny. But now that you're rolling together again, I suppose we'll have some excitement to look forward to.
What do you mean?
Are you kidding? Last time you shot up a theater, and, if I remember correctly, each other.
That was a complicated evening.
Aye, sure. Complicated.
Do you want to hear some juicy gossip, boys?
Always.
Deputy Malloy got so drunk, he fell asleep on the toilet. It took them an hour to find him.
Stupid oaf. So that's why Blood Boil was here.
Yeah, aye, and he's in a pretty sore mood because he had to come in on New Year's Eve.
Just our luck.
No. Your luck is that he's too busy to care about you two lovers right now.
Right now.
Ah, yeah.
Well, keep up the good work, boys.
Or this hanging around thing you do.
Thanks, chickens.
Well, keep up the good work, boy. They may be.
On a tout dit ici. Alors, est-ce que ça répète
Why
la même
aren't we on
chose?
this poster next to Blood Boil?
Because he hates us, Marty.
Oh, yeah, right.
You would have looked kind of great on that poster.
Hey, thanks.
You would have looked kind of great on that poster. Honor, strength, and unity.
Pigs, ruffians, and vigilantes.
Honor, strength, and unity.
Trou cassé par des balles. Ah, il y a une attaque.
Do you remember our old squad car?
That ended up in a swamp? Huh, I could never get over that. It was the best partner I ever had.
That's, good to know, boss.
Truth hurts, pal.
Never mind. I'll live with it. What was its name? The old car, I mean. Bessie? Nessa?
Tessa. You know, like my daughter.
I knew your daughter's Tessa, but... wait. Did you name your daughter after our old car?
Why? What's wrong with that? Damn, even this car reminds me of Tessa. Damn.
That wasn't us, right?
Not that one, Marty.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I find it difficult to keep track of all the places we wrecked during our 10 years together.
Just 9, Marty. 9. Have you ever fired a Tommy gun, Marty?
You mean today?
You're right. Stupid question. This happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police. The Castilla. This was the last message of the Castilla clan, before Blood Boil had them all put away for good.
Putain, j'ai passé un texte.
This was the last message of the...
Putain, il y avait un texte et je l'ai passé vite fait. Ah bah c'est que ça bouge ici.
Good old Bosco's slowly becoming the same piece of furniture we are.
Sure. You remember when he was just a little green lapdog? For a while, we even had to babysit him.
He always was a talented little pooch, I have to admit. But the filth that seeped into everything in Clawville has reached him, too.
It reaches everyone one way or another, right?
One way or another, it does, Marty. You had a fight once, didn't you? At one of the winter solstice parties.
Yeah, we both drank too much. It was over a manatee named Margaret. That was before Laura, of course.
I haven't seen many fights that memorable in my life.
Yeah, and the girl didn't go with either of us.
She was a wise manatee.
Is it worth talking to him?
Who knows? Maybe he heard something interesting.
Is it worth talking to him? Hey, big guy.
Hey, Cox. What's up? Back here so soon? Did you get nostalgic all of a sudden, Sonny?
I'd rather be anywhere else than here, Bosco, but we're sniffing around on a case.
Who? Are you trespassing again?
Who? Us? What are you thinking?
Just an old case. Still open. Not official, but not active either. We're not bothering anyone. You know, old habits die hard.
I know. I'm just messing with you. So, how can I help you?
The boss?
He's not in a good mood. Malloy got so drunk he pissed himself.
And we just put the cherry on top, huh?
Mostly you, Sonny. No offense.
None taken. I'm used to it. Everything rolls right off my feathers.
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm, okay? We're gonna have enough on our plates tonight.
We'll do what we can, Bosco, but I can't promise anything.
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm.
Alors, dis-moi tout sur Phil Marlowe.
You still remember Philmar?
Do you mean Philip? Of course I remember. He's got quite the reputation with that Philmar alias.
We just met him. Small world, huh? Do you know what he's up to these days?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's investigating petty blackmail cases and sneaking after poor bastards cheating on their wives.
Anything else? Did he get mixed up in something that stirred up a storm recently?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We haven't seen him at the PD for a while. He's usually a frequent visitor. Why? Did he run into some fishy business again?
Possible, Bosco. But I'm not sure he'd want to make the same mistake.
Wise decision.
Étrange liste de noms.
Listen, Bosco, what do you make of this list?
Maybe it's the guest list of some fancy ball. These are some rather influential names, the ones I recognize anyway. Movie stars, politicians, a few names from the Council of 12 even, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not.
Are you blackmailing them? Because if you are, I'll gladly accept a nice big juicy bone in exchange for my silence.
Stop screwing around, Bosco. It has nothing to do with our case.
Which is what, exactly?
We're still not gonna tell you.
Natasha.
Listen, Bosco, what have you heard about that singer, Natasha Katsenko?
You mean that little bimbo fooling around with Ibn Wessler? They say she's the jackpot, but I've never been into cats, you know.
You couldn't be more racist if you tried, Bosco.
Don't misunderstand me. I don't have a problem with cats at all. I'm simply allergic to them. I can't stand being around them. I don't even take cases with cats.
Good for you. I should have used that excuse myself.
Why? Is your investigation related to her?
What? No, of course not. We just came from her show. That's why I asked.
And what's she like?
Well, I guess your cat allergy would go away for the rest of your life if you met her.
Really? Maybe I'll have a go and see for myself one day. Don't go stirring up a shitstorm.
Is it worth talking to him?
Bon, il a tout dit. On a débloqué sur sa personnalité. J'ai débloqué un codex qui est là. Bien que Cloville soit une monarchie, les pouvoirs et la juridiction, hormis leur roi, sont détenus par le Conseil des 12. Mais beaucoup d'animaux pensent qu'ils ont en fait tous les pouvoirs et que le roi lui-même n'est qu'un symbole et une marionnette. Les membres du Conseil sont les animaux les plus puissants en ville après le roi. Ce ne sont pas seulement des politiciens, mais aussi des hommes d'affaires très influents. Très bien.
Do you remember Monica ever going on holiday?
Honestly, I can't recall.
Sometimes I can't decide if it's admirable or if I feel sorry for her.
Maybe a bit of both. But Is it selfish to say I'd be hurt if one day I didn't find her here?
Yeah, I feel the same.
That's all right then. You know, if there's anyone who knows anything about anything, it's gonna be her.
Kinda long-winded, but I agree.
You know, if there's anyone who knows...
So soon? That was fast. Almost a record.
Sorry, Mon. We're just here for a little, info.
When are you not here for that, boys? How about wish me a happy birthday for a change?
What? Is it your birthday today?
Of course not. Don't be silly, Marty. You know exactly when it is. We've talked about it a dozen times.
Yeah, of course I know.
Yeah.
So, could you help us with this and that?
Of course, boys, but be quick about it. I'm in over my head with paperwork and blood boils breathing down my neck.
We'll be quick like a hurricane.
You're very lucky, boys. You just missed the boss by 3 minutes. Right now, he's trying to get Malloy out of the toilet.
Still can't hold his liquor, huh?
Neither on or off duty. But today, he is sloshed.
Well, he's a water buffalo, isn't he? He knows how to swim.
No, Sonny, just a buffalo. The two are totally different things.
Listen, doll, we have some questions.
Make it quick, boys. I'm busy.
Listen, doll, we have some... Guess who we met today in person, Mon?
King Hector III?
Even better, the one who commands the king.
Wait a minute. Hobart Wessler?
Damn right. Hobart Ibn Wessler in the flesh.
Wow. And you're still alive. That's quite an accomplishment.
But seriously, have you heard that he wants to get out of the black market business? Allegedly, he's trying to clear his name with some kind of new meat substitute.
His name's gonna be rather difficult to clear.
It's a heroic and impossible venture.
I haven't heard about it, but it's an interesting addition to what I know.
Which is?
Ibn's been acting very strange lately, and he left most of his business dealings to one of his goons, Mickey. Also known as the Butcher, the Mongrel, and the Slayer.
Yeah, we once had the pleasure of meeting him.
That's all I know, boys. I know it's not very much, but it's something, I guess. I'll keep my ears open.
Thanks, Mon.
Étrange liste de données.
Listen, Mon, a reliable old friend shoved this into my hand. Could you take a quick glance at it?
Quite an imposing list. What could those numbers mean? It could be a date even, but no, this is something else.
That's what we were thinking too, and we got nowhere. But you see a lot of documents. So, is there anything familiar about this?
Unfortunately not, boys. The names are imposing indeed, but based on this, it could be almost anything. The richest of the rich get together on all kinds of excuses.
It must be a secret cult.
It could be, of course, but also anything else. I'm sorry I couldn't help you more.
Ah, don't mention it, Mon. Thanks for your time.
Or, wait a minute. There is something.
Stop teasing us, Mon.
I'm sure you've noticed that all the names in the list are men, right?
Yeah, of course we noticed.
Thanks for the observation, Monica.
Don't mention it. I'm just a receptionist.
Natasha Katzanikov.
We saw a pretty good show at the Tsar Club tonight.
Good for you, I guess. Natasha?
Natasha. She performed her new song. She also sang about why she called us there. Or rather, me.
And?
That's confidential, Dollface. Anyway, I can't help wondering about that woman. Her past is a mystery. I couldn't draw much out of her in person either.
Women like her always have something to hide, Sonny. I think that's exactly what makes men fall head over heels for them.
I know another broad who's all mysterious.
Oh yeah? What's her name? I'll look her up if we have a file on her.
Marty, shut up.
Oh, you mean me, right?
all mysterious, full of secrets and grace.
I didn't even hear that, Marty.
Olivia Blackwell.
Do we have a file on a woman called Olivia Blackwig? She's currently working as Ibn Wessler's assistant.
We don't have a file on her, but there are a few Blackwigs that could be related to her. Mountain goat, crow, or caiman?
Crow, around 30 to 35. A very pretty socialite.
Maybe we have a catch then. Theodore Blackwig was a rather influential banker until he went bankrupt. He died a few years back, but his daughter could have ended up in the same social circles as Ibn.
And since they lost their money, she took a job as his assistant.
Yeah, it would fit the picture. But it's a big city, Sonny. There may be more than one Crow family with a Blackwig name living here.
Thanks, Mon.
I'm glad I could help, boys, as always. If it doesn't take a lot of my time, that is.
We know, we know. We're not even here anymore.
Listen, doll, we have some questions.
You know, if there's anyone who knows anything about anything, it's gonna be her.
Kinda long-winded, but I agree.
You know, if there's anyone...
Ces deux-là sont bons.
Don't drink that shit, Marty. It's bad for your health.
Ça répète la dialogue.
Why is it always a lion? Lions are lazy, dull, good-for-nothing creatures.
Hey, stop talking like that. It's disrespectful.
Why? Aren't I right?
Not every lion's the same. Just like not every rooster's an asshole like you.
You got me.
Sometimes I think everything would be so much better if cops didn't have guns.
That's almost surreal coming from you, Marty.
Don't get me wrong, I love guns. I became a cop because of guns. But sometimes I feel if we didn't have guns, criminals wouldn't have them either.
The chicken or the egg, huh? Unfortunately, I don't agree with you. If you point flowers instead of a gun at a total nutcase, he's still gonna shoot you.
Très bon moralement.
I
Très bon
can't even
moraliste.
remember why I became a cop. I can't even... Miss Jardine, one of the 7 female officers of the Clawville PD. Miss Jardine... Officer Barkman, unwavering cop and a slavering beast. Officer... I can't even remember...
Did you know there's a theory that the Foundation War was a hoax? That the reptiles deliberately kept in the background, but in reality, they're the ones controlling the city from the underground even now.
What? Where did you hear that? I've never heard such sheep shit before.
I read it in Tomorrow's Word. That's a pretty prestigious newspaper.
I wouldn't use that trash to wipe my cloaca, Marty. It'll rot your brain.
Well, at least I read something other than the labels on liquor bottles.
Hey, that was a bit below the belt.
Yep, but true.
You got me.
It's a very beautiful crest.
Yeah, it is. Just like the city. From afar, at least.
It's a very beautiful crest.
Yeah. Don't forget to keep your gun clean, Marty.
Hey, I take them all apart every day, clean and oil them, if you want to know.
I didn't want to know.
No use crying over spilt milk. Which one of them was first, peace or guns?
You mean, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Which one of them was first, peace or gun? You sure we won't need Layla?
You call this monster Layla?
She's not a monster, Sonny. If you know how to treat her right, she's a real ballerina.
Uh-huh. I believe you, pal, but we're not taking her.
Oh.
Mais par contre, il a pris Grosse Bertha et les autres.
And what if...
No, Marty. There's no way in hell we're taking a Tommy gun with us.
Ugh, all right.
I believe this piece is forbidden. Cops can't use it, but this is Marty's personal collection, so it doesn't matter. At least nobody has ever complained. I believe...
J'ai eu un. Tout de qui, de quoi, je ne sais pas. Ah. La Grande Guerre entre l'Alliance et les clans démarrait à décider du destin de Cloville et fait de la ville contrôlée par l'Alliance, l'une des grandes puissances coloniales. Cette étape qui a eu lieu il y a exactement 942 ans marque le commencement de Cloville. Eh ben...
You seem unsure.
Really? I think I'm just tired. You know, Laura and I have been fighting recently, and I've been sleeping on the couch.
Yeah? Well, it shows.
Thanks. You always know how to cheer someone up.
Laura didn't throw you out, did she?
No, nothing like that. It's just a little unrest.
Uh-huh. I see. Marty looks kind of run down today, but he's still in better shape than I am. Marty looks... It may not be a good time to say this, but I've got a bad feeling about tonight.
You could have told me about that sooner, Sonny.
You can still turn back. Stay here and keep wasting ammo.
Like hell. Whatever insane shit's waiting for us, it's way better than dying of boredom.
Well, I'm sure we won't be bored.
I hope not. Don't you want to practice a little? You must be all rusty after such a long hiatus.
If you want to know, I sometimes practice at the empty hotel.
Leslie lets you shoot up the place.
Lewis. And no, he doesn't. But there's a room that one of the guerrillas of the Castilla clan had totally trashed. He won't notice one or two holes.
Ah, clever. Shall we go, or do you want to stay and shoot a bit?
I don't know. But don't worry, we'll soon be on our way.
Whatever you want, Boss Bird.
Ok.
Shall we go, or do you want to stay? Blood boils in there, and I don't want to run into him.
I wholeheartedly agree, partner. Let's avoid the whole office section as much as possible. Blood boils in there somewhere. It's best to avoid him before he finds some reason to lock us in.
You took the words out of my beak, boss.
Blood boils in there somewhere.
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm.
Is it worth talking to him? You know, if there's anyone who knows anything...
Listen, doll, we have some questions.
Eh ben, on a tout dit. On a tout dit, on a tout vu.
They may be idiots. Well, keep up the good work, boy.
Ouais. Hop. Le bloc, tout est fait. La pose de police est faite. Nous allons faire la résidence secondaire. Let's go.
Well, if there's one thing I'd learned during 20 years of detective work, it's that if someone wants to meet you at a remote location at night, you should bring an army for backup. One time, me and Marty were stupid enough to underestimate a situation like that, and we never really recovered. And yet, here we were again, about to step alone into something hauntingly familiar. Only one tactic remained, as the old dogs say. Balls to the wall.
This place gives me the creeps.
I wouldn't say I like it either.
Let's take a look around before we go inside.
Textbook.
I'm telling you, it's a trap.
Shut up, Marty.
Une chaussure.
Damn.
It's not a good sign.
Maybe she just lost it when she hurried into the house.
Yeah, right.
Do you think it belongs to Natasha?
No idea. Do you think I measured her feet when I was in her room?
Not sure I want to know, but I wouldn't be surprised. Should we take it?
Hell no. I'll buy you one if you want. This is police business.
Do you mean the real cops? Do you think...
I'm almost certain. My crest is tingling.
Damn it. Well, thank God I have a weapon on me, or two.
When do you not have one?
Fair point.
Stop staring at it. You're freaking me out.
Okay, I just like shoes.
Furry hell, Marty, I don't want to know. Stop staring at it.
Wow, il pleut tout d'un coup. Coffre de voiture.
So, this is the word. What can I say? The message is loud and clear.
Yeah, what matters is who is it for and what does it mean?
I can't misunderstand that if I wanted to.
We'll see.
Wait a second, did that bimbo put a spell on you? As you used to say, don't let it cloud your objective judgment, Boss Bird.
Watch who you're talking to, boy.
You wrote that down?
It burned into my mind.
You wrote that down?
It burned.
Chicken police, hands up.
Marty, that's enough.
Chicken police, hands up.
Marty, before we enter, did you bring Big Bertha?
Of course. She's in the trunk.
It's time to get Her Majesty out.
That's what I like to hear.
Ah, ok, d'accord.
Let's go.
Hello, my beauty.
Just don't point it at me.
Aw, scared? Take it easy. I swore I'm not gonna shoot you again.
Very gallant of you, partner.
What, are you still pissed at me? I'm happy to remind you why you got shot the first time.
I get it. Just shut the fuck up already.
It's the nothing.
What was that?
Forget it. Just an old quote from a movie. It means it's fucking dark in here.
Flashlight.
I didn't bring one.
Me neither. What a pair of fucking professionals.
Yep.
But you do have a shotgun with you.
We should have shotguns for this kind of deal.
Is that from an old movie?
No, it's an original.
Figures. She was lying on the floor as if she was sleeping. She looked peaceful, almost. The large pool of blood ruined the picture. Poor, delicate Deborah. Maybe you were too pure and innocent for this city. But in the end, its filth pulled you under. You know, no animal can swim in high heels.
wild gods. Fuck even.
Yeah, it's her. Deborah. The girl who came to my office.
I figured, but what the hell happened? Was it Natasha? Is this what you wanted us to see?
No. I mean, I don't think so, Marty. She seemed very attached to the girl, and I believed her. Furthermore, she has no motive to kill her. Natasha meant some object. Something maybe the killer wanted, too. And the poor girl was trying to protect it.
Did she seem that kind of girl?
She risked a lot simply by coming to see me. She would have done it for her mistress.
Why is she naked? Was it sexual? I mean, there's no sign of struggle. She seems untouched. Maybe she knew her assailant. Was it a lover?
This looks premeditated. So far, the messages have appeared in weird places, but this is a new level. It's no longer just about empty threats.
Well, maybe Natasha's on her way here right now. Or she was already here and something happened to her, too. Kidnapped, or worse.
Those are possibilities, but we can't wait. We don't have time for guessing. Search the house. Search everything. The room's not trashed. Whoever did this wasn't looking for the same thing we are.
Or they knew exactly where to find it. Wait, what are we looking for exactly?
I have no idea, but it's something important. Things like that have a way of getting noticed when you come across them.
Amen to that.
Damn. Premier décès du jeu. Deborah est morte et le mot est écrit sur son dos aussi. Aïe 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 aïe. On a trouvé le cadavre de Deborah dans la résidence secondaire de Natasha. Elle était nue et un message était écrit sur son dos. Choses à voir. Oh là là. Très belle donc.
Anything interesting in there?
Yeah, I think there is.
Nouvel objet.
There's nothing else useful in there.
The message. Here, too.
Yes, but this isn't about Deborah, and wasn't meant for her.
It was meant for Natasha.
Obviously.
What have we gotten ourselves into, Sonny?
I don't know, Marty, but let's get ourselves out of it as soon as possible.
I really shouldn't be here, you know? It's New Year's Eve. I should be out partying, not dealing with this shit.
Well, it's a little late for that. I told you it was gonna be a rough ride.
What you told me was it's gonna take a few hours and it's practically nothing.
And you believed me.
Yeah, I was an idiot.
There you go.
Poor girl. How old was she? 20? 25?
Yeah, something like that.
What are we gonna do about her?
Nothing. We can call the police. Anonymously, of course. Poor thing. Poor thing. Does this fireplace seem as suspicious to you as it seems to me, Marty?
It looks like it's never been used.
And the place has radiators in every room, meaning there's central heating.
Then why the fireplace? For decoration?
It's not like Natasha, and Ibn doesn't have enough money for that. But you're right. I don't think it's just for show. Does this fireplace seem as suspicious to you as it seems to me, Marty?
It looks like it's never been used.
And the place has radiators in...
Il répète le même dialogue.
This must be Natasha's family.
Wealthy.
Do you think she's from the Stavonian Tsar's family?
Oh, nobody could have survived that massacre. But I'm sure this family was also close to the fire.
What is she doing here anyway? What, an alias? Keeping secrets, and now this case? Do you think it's all connected somehow?
Let's not draw hasty conclusions, Marty. Look at those clothes. Could it be a military family?
Maybe. Or Stavonian fashion.
Your intuition always astounds me, Marty. What would I do without you?
And there you go.
We can't take it with us, but remember what you've seen.
Yes, sir, Boss Bird, sir.
What are you trying to tell me, Natasha? What are you trying...
C'est trop cute quand même, la photo.
It's an exceptionally beautiful piece. What does it depict, I wonder?
I have no idea, Sonny. It's so art, I'm scared to have an opinion. Nice.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice.
Yeah.
This... What is this exactly?
A human. Mythical creature. Quite the cult in Iveria. The whole country's full of these statues.
Does it mean anything?
They say humans are the keepers of secrets and the messengers of chaos and destruction.
You don't think...
Let's take a closer look. Molly loved things like this.
How about this one here goes missing and,
Don't even finish that sentence, Marty. Molly loved...
How about this one here goes... Damn, just like in the adventure books. Rich animals are all insane.
You have a point.
You can't be serious. Is this some kind of...
Yeah, it's a riddle, Marty.
But it doesn't make any sense. Why use something as simple as this when a 4-digit number is almost impossible?
An idle whim, or the riddle has a meaning?
Maybe. 4 animals into 4 places. What does it represent?
Think, Marty. Where did we see 4 animals holding something in their hands?
Ah, il y a un téléphone. Dans mon sac, qu'est-ce que j'ai?
Molly. SN. Could be the initials of a person, a place, a company, or a club. Too many possibilities. But we must find out where it's from.
L'humain est une créature mythique qui apparaît dans de nombreuses histoires et légendes. En général, il apparaît sous les traits d'une créature sage, gardienne des secrets, mais qui possède une double nature en raison du chaos et de la destruction qu'il engendre. Selon beaucoup de personnes, la clé de ce symbolisme réside dans le fait que certains secrets exigent un prix élevé. Une malédiction s'abat sur ceux qui dévoilent ces secrets. Certains pensent que les humains sont les messagers de Nkavititi, le dieu du néant. Il les représente généralement sous la forme d'anges ailés. D'accord.
We should call the department. Anonymously, of course.
Do you still remember the number? I haven't called my own workplace in years.
Cretin. Of course I remember. 555-111.
Is it? Since when?
Since they invented the telephone.
Yeah, of course. No, I knew that. I was just testing you.
Yeah. Right.
Alors, 5, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1.
Quavo PD, how can I help you?
I found a corpse. A woman. She's dead. Cold. The address is Rochester Street, 37, Flowerville.
Sir, please, would you repeat that?
Rochester Street, 37. Write it down and hurry up for the sake of the wild ones. Hurry! Hurry!
Like a pro.
Yep, like I've done it before.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot.
How can you forget a case like that? How many times have you seen a three-headed monkey in your life?
I have a memory of a chicken, you know?
That's for sure. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Sortie. Ah, il y a de l'énigme.
Nice.
Yeah.
De l'énigme, de l'énigme.
What are you trying to...
Bon, c'est tout ce que j'ai à faire. Apparemment.
Stop staring at it. You're...
You wrote that down?
It...
Bon. Hot dog. Police. J'irai à le poste de police peut-être.
They may be it. Well, keep up the good work, boys. Well, keep up the good work. Damn. This was the last. You would have looked kind of great on that. Honor, strength, and unity.
Is it worth talking to him?
Don't go stirring up a shitstorm.
You know, if there's any...
Listen, doll, we have some questions.
Make it quick, boys. I'm busy.
It's a very beautiful crest.
Yeah, it is. Just like the city. From afar, at least.
It's a very beautiful crest.
Yeah.
Lion, pélican, mouton et renard.
Blood boils in there.
You took the words out of my...
Pélican. Lion. Mouton. Ah, je sais pas si c'est un renard ou un loup en vrai. Ah bah j'ai réussi.
Hello there. What could this be? Maybe a piece of a painting.
And there's some kind of squiggle on it. The signature of the painter? I can't make it out.
Fais voir.
It's a piece of a painting. Judging by how well it was hidden, I'm sure this is what Natasha wanted to show us.
So a piece of a painting? That's it? And what's that smear on it?
It's too illegible to be a signature. It could be anything.
Well, maybe Natasha can help us. After all, this is what she wanted to show us, isn't it?
Well, that's if we find her. She should be here by now.
True. Well, then what's next? How about we peck around town some more?
We could do that, but I think we should gather what we know and try to figure out where we can go from here. Bourbon in my office?
You know what? After all this, I could use a drink.
Right answer.
Nouveau lieu. L'hôtel Atlas. Ah, il y a des choses à faire au César. Le kiosque de Mulen. Et le poste de police. On va aller au César, écoutez.
So what are we doing here again, Sonny?
I don't know. Maybe we could question Natasha.
Do you think she's here?
Who knows, Marty? We'll see.
There's Philmar. Maybe he knows something.
Yeah, if he's not drunk as a skunk.
Stop projecting onto others, old chicken.
Ah, shut the clock up, Marty.
No, I'm sorry I hurt your precious feelings, Boss Bird. Don't get me wrong, boss, but I saw how that song affected you.
What song?
Stop playing innocent, Sonny. Natasha's song, it made you freeze. I've never seen you like that before.
Yeah, you're imagining things, Marty. I was just paying attention because I like the song. It has a really good orchestration.
Orchestration, huh?
Shut the clock up, Marty.
Okay, okay. Keep your feathers on. Honestly, I thought you forgot how to breathe for about 2 minutes.
Marty, if you don't stop, I'm gonna peel your feathers off and cook you as a delicacy.
All right. It's just too good. Honestly, I thought you forgot how to breathe.
Philmar.
Philmar looks a bit soaked, doesn't he?
Well, it is raining.
I didn't mean the rain, Marty.
Yeah, I know.
Let's ask him what he saw. Maybe he can tell us something useful.
If the old man still sees anything, eagle eye or not.
Still, let's ask him what he saw. Hey, old bird. What are you waiting for out here in the rain?
Is that you, boys? I'm a little, tired.
I can see that, pal.
Oh, it's all right. I just can't find my car. I don't see very well in the rain. My eyesight's pretty bad. I should wear glasses. Imagine that. A hawk wearing glasses.
Yeah, it's funny.
There ain't nothing funny about it, Snowflake.
Whoa, all right. Sorry.
Have you seen Natasha or Ibn since we left?
Ibn? He scuppered off a long time ago. Natasha, I haven't seen her.
Thanks anyway, pal. Good luck with finding your car. You want some help?
Could it be that I didn't come here by car? What do you think, Sonny? Old friend?
Well, I wouldn't know that, Phil, but you take care, all right?
Ah, you're telling me? Oh, that's funny. Sonny, pal, listen.
Tell me, Phil.
I like you. Really, I do. So listen here. Whatever happens, whatever happens, feelings.
C'est une blague.
Never fall in love with that woman.
You mean Natasha?
Who else would I mean, bird brain?
Okay, Phil. I promise.
Like hell. Maybe I came by bike.
Bike, huh? I have a hard time imagining that, pal.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Maybe you flew, huh?
Don't you provoke me, Marty. You hear?
Hey, I was just kidding. Don't peck off my tail feathers, brother.
Maybe.
Still, let's ask him what he saw.
Pas d'infos utiles là quand même.
Tonight, maybe we'll be on the front page once again.
Oh, God forbid.
Tonight, maybe we'll be on...
Ça se répète.
Moonlight Boulevard. Ah, that movie. It's a real classic, I'm telling you.
If you say so, Mr. Film Critic.
Laugh all you want, but believe it or not, very few have seen more movies in the city than me. So, you can believe me.
I would never try to doubt your word. If we were really in a movie, at least there'd be a chance of a happy ending. If we were
Espérons.
Why do I feel like I'm never gonna forget this sign?
Because you have a photographic memory?
You moron. The Tsar Club. I'm not gonna forget this buzzing red neon light anytime soon. The Tsar.
Belle voiture.
If this car's still here, and Wessler's already gone, that means it's not his car.
It's like your first day as a detective. You didn't consider that he could have multiple cars?
Huh. You could be right.
Sometimes I think you breathe in too much gun smoke, Marty.
But I love the smell so much. Maybe it's not Wessler's, but Natasha's car. That would explain why she wasn't at the weekend house. She hadn't left here.
Yeah, that could be. It's worth a look inside. The car's still here. Could it be Natasha's? The car's...
Ah, il y a le lynx derrière. Archibald, pardon.
Hey, boys, tell me, is Natasha still inside?
I can't give you any information about that, gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Ah, the regulations. I know. We've gotten used to it.
I am glad to hear that.
And your boss, Wessler? Can we find him in the VIP lounge?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that either.
But we can take a look for ourselves, right?
No problem, gentlemen.
Thanks, Wooly.
Your friend's not the talkative type, is he? He understands what we're saying, right?
Don't anger me, chicken, or I'll tear out your throat before you could say hemp seed.
Ha! Just try, Fleabag.
Hey, folks, relax. The night's still young. We'll have plenty of time to tear each other's throats out, but right now we're busy.
Huh. You're right.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Excuse me, are you the parking valet?
You lost.
Ah, I'll have to practice that some more. Excuse me, are you the parking...
Entrons. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a le barman, la Madame Lama et le Nick qui est là. Alors, barman.
I can't stand that guy. Why doesn't he have his mane cut?
Stop being so old man. It's a different world now. That's a kind of fashion, you know.
Yeah, fashion. I can't stand that guy. Why doesn't he have his... Hello again, Bojack.
Please don't call me that, sir.
You're right. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Well, if you really must know, I'm Lance, sir.
Okay, Lance. Listen, it's very important.
Oh, please, sir. Don't get me involved in anything. I just want to get my shift over with and go home to sleep. Relax. There won't be a problem. Just answer the questions honestly. If I must, let's give it a try.
Right, kid.
Lance.
Lance. Yeah. So, have you seen Natasha since her performance?
Oh, no. Don't ask me anything about Miss Kitsenko and Mr. Wessler. It could cost me my job or even more. Hey, it's a matter of national security.
It could be.
Yeah, see? It could be. So, if you help, you won't only be helping us, but the Crown and the whole city of Clawville. Oh, okay, all right. Just stop that chicken shit, will ya? I saw Natasha, yeah. She came down, spoke with someone, then stormed out the front door.
And then what happened?
She came right back in 2 or 3 minutes later, soaked to the bone. She was in a hurry. She went up to her suite, then came back down and left.
And you haven't seen her since?
I genuinely haven't seen her ever since, sir.
Thanks, Lance. You've been a great help.
I'm happy to hear that. So Natasha had left?
Seems so, but she never arrived at the weekend house.
Then?
Then we'll stay with the original plan. We'll gather our thoughts at the office and go over everything we know.
Okay, Boss Bird. Lead the way.
If anyone asks, Lance, we were never here.
Sure, sir.
If anyone asks, Lance, I can't stand that guy.
Oh là là, le grand chevreuil.
This guy was here before, right? He's handling it pretty well.
And there are even more pretty dames all over him. You think they dig his antlers that much?
More like his wallet, Marty. There was a time when women were all over us.
Why the past tense, Sonny? I'm still pretty damn hot.
Sure you are, Marty. Keep on dreaming. Never lose hope. I don't even miss those times. I don't
Whatever you say, Sonny, what Natasha was doing on the stage, no man can ignore. Or woman, for that matter.
I didn't say I ignored it, Marty, but you gotta learn to separate the client from the job.
Ah, that's a cheap script, Sonny. You know the world doesn't work like that. And you definitely don't work like that.
If you say so. Bourbon moon.
You think the guy's taking a shine to Olivia now?
Why should I care? And while we're at it, why do you care?
Me? I don't care at all.
And why do you ask?
What? Stop bugging me. Who does he think he is? The fantastic Mr. Fox?
What did that fox ever do to you, Marty? You a racist now?
Who, me? No, on the contrary. But I don't like how he looks at Olivia.
Well, I think they look good together. They're only missing a slice of cheese.
Very funny.
Drop it, Marty. Drop it, Marty. Wessler's secretary could even know something useful. Wessler's...
So, we meet again. How unpleasant.
I'm sorry, Olivia. We won't keep you long. Perhaps you could tell us if you've seen Natasha.
She hired you and you already lost sight of her? That's unfortunate.
We should have met her, but she didn't show up. Should we be worried?
Are you asking me that? I haven't seen her since she was on stage. Not like I was paying any attention to her or anything.
Thanks, sweetheart. We won't bother you anymore.
Thanks, Olivia.
Don't mention it.
Just one more thing, Toots. Could you perhaps tell us where Mr. Wessler is?
I'm his assistant, not his babysitter. Be he.
So you don't know?
I have no idea.
Roger that. Thank you.
So, gentlemen, is there anything else?
Nah, thanks, Olivia. We're good.
So, gentlemen, is there anything...
Wessler.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a là? On a personne.
All these movies are basically the same, right?
Only on the surface, Sonny. There are some important recurring elements, but the emphasis is on the characters, their past, and their relationships. The story in the background is just the stage. The limelight's on the actors.
You're really interested in these things, huh?
Hell yeah. What I wouldn't give to investigate a movie star one day.
Even if they killed or devoured someone?
Especially if they killed or devoured someone.
What weird titles these have.
Would you have thought Natasha's such a big film buff?
I can easily picture her on the silver screen.
Hey, maybe one day they'll make a movie out of our adventures.
You never know, Marty.
J'avoue que ce serait
I can
trop bien,
imagine Natasha on a poster like this, with a police chicken right beside her.
Maybe Wessler's been sticking his grubby little hands into the movie industry.
There's some sense in that. Movies mean big money in this town.
Mm-hmm. Clawvillian movies are the best in the whole wilderness.
Now, I could show you a few masterpieces from Averia.
Will you take me there one day, darling?
Of course, dear. Soon as you become housebroken. A movie about the chicken police? I'd love to see that. Cassidy Lupus is a buffoon.
Whoa, heresy!
He is, you'll see. Time will prove me right.
Oh yeah? Maybe he is. But you're not gonna live long enough to see it, old fart.
I'd never admit it to Marty, but this one looks kinda exciting. Drop it, Marty. Wessler's...
Je me demande s'il y a des choses qui
So,
se
gentlemen, is there anything else?
Ouais, je crois avoir tout dit. Qu'est-ce que j'ai débloqué? J'ai débloqué des personnes, je suppose.
Maybe.
Still, let's ask him what he...
Excuse me, are you the park...
Ah, j'ai tout vu. Changement d'endroit. L'hôtel, non. Le kiosque de miliciens, le poste de police, l'hôtel Atlas. On va aller au kiosque de Mullen plutôt.
Should we say hi to the old beaver?
Sure. Mullen is an old friend, so he certainly deserves a hello, and we do need information.
Few people know as much about Clawville as the old wood chomper. An encyclopedia in the flesh.
Yeah, he always has something.
La voiture de Mullen. Taxi, avocat. Ah. Date Salon Night. Oh, trop bien.
Mullen's car. Ancient, but kind of beautiful. Like the old beaver himself. Seems like the kiosk is still a good business. Seems like... The taxi company for the upper class only. Politicians and gangsters. I had a chance to travel in one of these once. I was being taken to my own execution, but that's another story. I had a chance. Murdoch and Falcon is a famous law firm in Clawville, run by a blind bat and a bird-brained falcon. They had some big-time cases that helped make their name. I hope I'll have the opportunity to work with them in the future. Some things are indestructible, right?
Yeah. Mullen's kiosk's been here since I was a little chick. My old man used to drive here from the other side of town for his daily papers.
Yeah, many still do. He certainly is something.
Mullen's a wizard from a forgotten age.
Yeah, kind of. This newspaper booth has been standing here for more than 100 years. It was always run by the Mullen family, like some strange monument to a forgotten age. This newspaper booth has been standing here. The Clawville Chronicle, the most read and probably the most biased newspaper in the city. It's supposed to be a royalist rag, but the separatist overtones are getting stronger and stronger every day. The Chronicle either put the chicken police on a pedestal or it was gnawing on our drumsticks. Mostly thanks to our dear friend, Timothy Saltwater. We made it much easier to sell the paper until the public got bored. The Chronicle... Chandler's used to be quite a prestigious cafe. Magnificent animals had breakfast here, and in the evenings, philosophers and writers would get drunk together and argue. The place is now just a second-hand bookshop, just a shadow of its former self, like so many things in this city, like me. I wonder if they've got the entire Chicken Police series. Not that I give a cluck, of course, but...
Quelque chose à pondre, mais bon.
I wonder...
On va parler à notre ami le Castor.
We're getting older and older, and Mullen's not changing a bit. Where's the justice in that?
He's just eternal.
Like an ancient god or something. Or the personification of the city.
What a lovely thought. But if the city took shape, it would most likely be some kind of vermin.
Yeah, true. But that wasn't very politically correct, coming from you, pal.
Hey, you know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know, Marty. You're too good for this world.
Aw, thanks, boss.
It wasn't a compliment, Marty. Mullen never closes his kiosk, not even on New Year's Eve. Seems him and me are very much alike. Seems... Hey, Hercule. What's up, old friend?
Hello, me lads. It's good to see you. What are you doing around here where you never see a cat go by?
We're working, Uncle Mullen, just like you. But I'm afraid we're also walking a little bit outside the law.
But it's New Year's Eve. Couldn't it wait a bit? Whatever the case is, it can't be that serious.
I'm afraid it is. Maybe you can help us with a few things. After all, you know everyone in the city.
What a compliment. But of course I'll help if I can. I know you ever since you appeared in the city. Young, fresh, full of ambition. And little Marty had been just a chick when he was already coming here every day with his daddy, eh? You're like me sons, so you are.
Aw, thanks, Uncle Mullen.
What's up, old man? Is everything all right?
Me bones are creaking. My eyesight's getting more and more blurry, and sometimes I hear sounds that aren't even there. I think I'm getting old. Or maybe I've gone crazy already, but the old ticker's still ticking. So, here I am.
Ah, it's good to still have an old familiar spot in the city.
Ah, nothing lasts forever, boys. So, what is this dirt you've ended up in again, eh?
Just a simple case, strumming personal strings. That's why I couldn't refuse it. You know the tune.
Well, yeah. Same old song, eh?
Yeah, it's a classic.
So, what is it you want to know? I'm at your service, my lads.
Thanks, old pal. Let's see.
So, what is it you want?
Seems...
Ok. Alors, on va lui demander à propos de Oba BNS.
Iben's a ruthless gangster, that's for sure. But he's not bloodthirsty or stupid. You're not in danger until you're in his way. And that's not so easy to manage as the whole city's in his hands.
How come they never tried to approach you, Uncle?
What? Of course they've tried. They wanted to buy the whole area and build some huge parking garage on it. Mongrel Mick, Ibben's #1 thug, came here and threatened me more than once. If I hadn't dug me heels in, the others would have sold up. The lawyers behind me, even Biff, the owner of Chandler's. But I told them, over my cold dead carcass.
Oh, looks like it worked.
I'm too much for him, lads. Or I'm just too famous around here to get rid of. We could say Ibben's almost almighty, but he avoids scandal like rats avoid fire.
That's a good one.
I'm a poor nobody, my lads, but my name still carries meaning. This place has always belonged to my family. If my dead body had been found here or in the Times, it would have caused a scandal, even without any evidence. So, he usually listens to reason.
When I talked to him tonight, he seemed confused, dissolute, and impetuous to me.
That's uncharacteristic. Are you sure it was him?
Are you joking? Ibn Wessler's not usually confused with anyone else.
Of course I'm joking. Beaver humor, you know? Nobody gets it. Not even the beavers.
Good one again.
Parlons de Marty McChicken.
Hey, Martin, my lad, what's up? How's that beautiful wife of yours?
Laura's perfectly fine, thank you.
It's crazy you could grab an amazing woman like her, son. Are you blackmailing her with something?
Ah, I missed your famous beaver humor.
I'm just messing with you, son. Anyway, you look good. You're in good shape. You look more like a turkey than a rooster, if you ask me.
Thanks.
This is priceless. Thanks, Hercule. We'll be back again soon.
Yeah, sure will.
Monica Rosen.
Nice girl. She used to come here for a while, but I think she moved downtown.
Yeah, she's the poster girl for workaholism. She lives in an apartment across from the PD, but sleeps at the station, if she sleeps at all.
Some animals just race and race through the years of their life until someone stops them and makes them wind down.
Is there someone like that waiting for everyone?
Indeed there is, somewhere. Usually not where we're looking for them.
Yeah, right.
Hercule Mullen.
How's Desiree?
What about her? She's still beautiful, and she's still my wife, and I still don't get why she hasn't left me already.
Because she's too much like you stubborn old dam builder.
You see, you're right about that, sonny boy.
And, the cubs?
Cubs? More like jumbo cubs. John sees a hotshot lawyer in Galadia, and Timmy also left Clawville to try his luck in Grassmore. But who could blame them?
Good move.
Ah, yeah, but they visit me often, though. They're good kids.
I know, pal. They're from a good litter.
If you say so, sonny.
Alors, Natasha Katzenko.
You know anything about a woman named Natasha Katsenko?
Sonny boy, what have you gotten yourself into again? That lass is Ibn Wessler's protege, to put it politely. She's the crown jewel of the city. A shining new star. If you dare talk to a gal such as her, you can expect some serious lead poisoning, me boy.
Well, I suppose I should have come to you first for advice. Doesn't matter now. We're in it, Uncle. Up to our combs.
If you'll accept the advice of an old shaggy beaver, get to the end of it as quickly as you can, and try to make it out with all your feathers.
Yeah, that's the plan. But do you know anything about her? Anything, interesting?
As I've heard, Natasha is quite a mysterious lass. She came from the Stravonian Tsardom and fled to Clawville, but from what? No one knows. Some years of her life are shrouded in mystery, and that rarely means good.
You're right about that. So, that's your advice? Be careful?
At least, sonny boy. And one more thing.
What's that?
Never fall in love with a woman like her.
Thanks, Hercule. I wasn't planning to.
Nobody plans to, sonny. Just take care of each other, okay? And always carry a good gun in your pocket.
Oh, I always have one in every pocket, old-timer.
I know, Martin. I know.
Être armé à l'américaine. Bon.
So, what is it you want to know?
Seems him.
Ah bah voilà, on a tout dit, on a tout vu. Ok. Ça en fait les infos, dis donc. Cette liste avec tous ces noms de... Ah ouais, d'accord. On sait d'où venait Natacha quand elle est arrivée à Cloville, mais il y a plusieurs années de sa vie qu'on ignore encore tout. Même Mylène ou l'omniscient ne pouvait pas nous en dire plus sur elle. Très bien. Ai-je débloqué quelque chose dans le codex? Non. Eh ben, on a tout vu, on se casse de là. Le César, j'ai tout fait. Là où je suis, j'ai tout fouillé. Allons voir si le poste de police a changé ou pas du tout.
Phyllis and Roy's are nowhere to be seen. Praise the great wild ones.
Well, let's hope this is a good omen.
Maybe finally the pincushions have started to do something with themselves.
And maybe it's not a coincidence, since we've just found a dead body, Marty.
Yeah. What can I say? The night's starting to get off, huh? Just like the good old days.
Well, let's just hope there won't be any more surprises tonight.
You don't believe that, do you, boss?
Ouais, j'y crois vraiment.
Sometimes I think Blood Boil lives in some kind of pseudo-reality.
What?
An imaginary, distorted reality where he's controlling the city and, right now, he's building some kind of police state utopia for the future.
What exactly have you been reading?
Why? Can't I have my own thoughts?
I don't know. Can you?
Aw, so heartwarming, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Aw, so heartwarming, isn't it? How many of these did we wreck in 10 years, Sonny?
9. And I have no idea. I stopped counting after year 2.
How much does it cost the city to keep us on the force?
Well, stop thinking about it. It'll make your head hurt.
Yeah, right. They should really switch to a new model. We've been driving around in these since they invented the wheel. Even the most incompetent fur smuggler can outride us on a bicycle.
Well, at least we can blame the car.
Good point. They should really switch to a new model. We've been driving around in these since they invented... You know, we've been shot at so many times, and we shoot others so many times, that you forget that one stray bullet, and it's all over.
The last bullet in me was from you, and it wasn't stray.
I mean, don't distress yourself over it. I'm not mad at you anymore.
Thanks. Let's be thankful for all the bullets that ended up in here, Marty.
What do you mean?
Because a bullet in a wall isn't in a body.
Ça,
Where
c'est
there are no
sûr.
guns, there's no peace. Where there are guns, there's never gonna be peace. Huh. Sheep shit. Where there are no guns... Sometimes I think the badge means nothing anymore.
Well, only you can decide that, boss.
I mean, the motto, the lion, the crown. They've lost their significance in the eyes of the people.
Not while we're around, Sonny.
Maybe Marty's right. We've got to do everything for the city that we can. Maybe Marty...
Ok, on... Ah.
Tonight, the heart of the station is beating incessantly.
That was beautiful, boss.
Tonight, the heart of the station is...
Ok, ça se répète.
Hey, Mon. Is the boss, angry today?
Angry? That's an understatement.
I see the New Year's madness has started. Everyone busy?
As normal, boys. The city's gone crazy, and we already have our first dead body. They found a girl in Flowerville. It's a nasty case.
What do we know about it?
Sonny, you know I can't tell you.
Oh, come on, Mon. I only have 120 days left. We could pretend these are my last beautiful days.
On my feathers, Sonny, stop that. It's so not your style.
Ah, he's been like this all day.
Shut up, Marty. Come on, Mon.
All right. Though I don't know much. The girl was found inside a house. I won't tell you the address. I have a hunch you already know.
Why do you think that?
Never mind. Anyway, she was naked, but there wasn't any sign of a struggle. There was a message written on the wall and on her back, too.
That's all?
That's all.
Thanks, Mon.
You're not gonna ask what the message was?
Oh yeah, what was it?
You already know, don't you?
I'm an open book to you, Mon.
One I've read too many times.
Comme si je t'avais coupé.
Can I be honest? I'm worried about you boys. You haven't gotten mixed up in some shady affair, have you?
We have. Sorry, Mon. I could never lie to you.
Well, then I strongly advise you to get yourself out of it because I'm not in the mood for your funeral, all right?
Furry gods, don't be so extreme, Mon. It's just some routine sniffing around on New Year's Eve.
You don't do routine, boys. When you're sniffing around, fire and chaos follow.
Hey, you're not Meredith H. Marble, the author of the Chicken Police books, by any chance? That would have been a great blurb.
I'm not joking, boys.
Okay, Mon. We'll be careful.
I hope so. Don't do anything crazy, all right?
Okay, Mon. No promises, though.
Don't do anything crazy, all right?
Tonight, the heart of the...
Aha. Justice will fall, rude boy.
I see the boss is ready to explode today.
What did you expect? The madness kicked in and he's got to be at the PD. Deputy Malloy's blind drunk.
What's the name of the old man's wife again? Poor lady.
Marcia. She was waiting here for a while too, hoping it'll only take a few minutes. But as soon as they saw the state Malloy was in, she got into a taxi and went home.
So that's why the old hound's so angry.
Please, boys, don't make him more so, all right?
Unfortunately, I can't promise that, doll.
As usual.
Carte étrange.
Look what we found, Mon. Does this mean anything to you?
It's beautiful. Embossed, gilded. These are rare. But I've never seen anything like this one before. Where's it from?
I'm afraid that's a secret, at least for now.
You haven't taken vital evidence from a crime scene, I hope.
Oh, what are you thinking?
On my feathers. You're gonna be in trouble, boys.
Only if we don't wrap it up, Mon.
Deborah Ibanez.
Listen, Mon, that girl they found in Flowerville.
You've seen her, right?
Yes, we were first on the scene.
Boys, you know I should report you immediately, don't you?
We know, Mon. We're only asking for a little more time. We're hot on the trail. If you learn anything, would you, please tell us?
Are you crazy?
Hey, keep it down. Blood boils right behind us.
Please, Mon. It's a matter of life and death.
God damn. Okay, but only because I can see how much it means to you.
Thanks, doll. We'll be forever grateful. Good old Filmar hasn't been sniffing around here recently.
Yeah, he was here a week and a half ago. He used the archives and took out some public records.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and he asked me out for a coffee.
I hope you said no.
Why are you so interested, Marty?
No, I'm not. I just...
I told him no. Just like I told you no on all
Occasion.
25 occasions.
Glad to hear that.
Tonight, the heart of...
Don't do anything crazy, all right?
Ok, on a tout ici. Alors,
Officer Barkman, one of Blood Boil's little protégés. Officer...
Good boy.
Shouting in 3, 2, 1.
And action.
Martin, what the hell do you think you're doing?
We're just patrolling, sir.
At the station?
No, we're here for something else, sir.
You missed me, huh?
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. I mean...
Why are you grinning, Santino?
I can't grin, sir. I have a beak.
Don't be cute. I can see it in your eyes.
Should I close them, sir?
Don't you peck at me, chicken, you hear?
We're not even here anymore, Chief. We just quickly stopped by for something.
Get out of my sight.
Yes, sir. Damn it, Sonny. Why do we have to do this?
You'll survive, Marty. If he hasn't chomped your head off before, he's not gonna do it tonight.
I'm not so sure about that. Damn it, Sonny. Why do we have to...
You're on duty. Am I right, Martin?
Yes, sir.
Then why the hell are you standing here? Don't you have something to do?
I do, sir.
Then fuck off. And you, Sonny, don't even think about saying anything. I can already see you're dying to say something funny.
I wouldn't think about it, sir.
You're on duty. Am I right, Martin?
Yes, sir.
Ça va mettre le milieu.
Don't drink that shit, Marty. It's bad for your head.
Ah, je peux plus lire le blason. C'est incroyable ça.
Have you been flooded by patriotism too, Sonny?
Of course, Marty. I feel this way all the time.
I think you're mocking me.
I think you should become a detective. All it takes is one look, and my comb starts to tingle, which never means anything good. All it takes is... We have no business there. We have no...
Remember how Blood Boil freaked out when he first saw this?
Yeah, the old man's blood pressure must have gone as high as when he first met a bitch in heat.
More and more cops came down to the range to practice.
Who knows why? Hello, sweetheart. Hello. Was it a good idea to drag Marty into all of this? Well, we're already in it now, from our spurs to our combs. Well, we're... Shouldn't you be somewhere else, Marty? I mean, anywhere else.
You know, I spend every New Year's Eve in here, Sonny. Ever since that New Year's Eve. It's better if I try to distract my thoughts, and work's the best way to do it.
You mean fire rounds all night long?
You drink, I fire. No offense.
No offense taken.
And you, boss? Do you still think about the Bloody New Year's?
Almost every day, Marty. Almost every goddamn rust-eaten day. You know, pal, you're damn lucky with Laura. A woman like her.
With a feathery loser like me?
I didn't mean it that way.
You're right, though. And don't believe for a second that I'm ungrateful. I give praise every day that I have her.
And that she hasn't already eaten you for breakfast.
Yeah, that too.
Not that I want to dig around in your private life, but weren't you ever afraid of her?
Of Laura? Why, because she's a predator?
Yes, and because you're a chicken. And because you work for the predatory division.
Nope, boss, never. Not for a second. There isn't a woman in the world more gentle than her.
I believe you, pal. Good for you.
Yeah, it is. Well, who's gonna be the first one to get emotional? Come on, give me a hug.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
Well, who's gonna be...
Well, we're already...
J'ai tout dit, j'ai tout vu. Je vais débloquer un codex. Ouais. Annie qui a tout changé dans la vie de Sonny et Marty. Tout a commencé par un appel étrange et la visite inattendue d'une tigresse. Ça s'est terminé dans une maison d'éclosion. Joe a été témoin d'un massacre sans précédent. Sonny s'est retrouvé personnellement impliqué dans l'enquête. Lorsqu'une silhouette étrange avec un haut de forme s'en est pris à sa famille puis a réussi à s'échapper avant de pouvoir être arrêté. En réalité, l'affaire n'a jamais été officiellement classée, mais sous la pression du procureur général, les journaux en ont parlé comme le triomphe glorieux des inspecteurs coulés. C'est de là que la légende est née d'un malheureux mensonge. Le César, j'avais tout dit. Dans le kiosque, j'ai tout vu et tout dit. Là où je suis, j'ai tout dit. On va aller à l'hôtel Atlas. C'est parti. C'est parti.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it mean? And why did Natasha keep it secret from us? But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
So, what are we doing here?
Trying to calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far. So, how did this whole case start?
Là, j'ai l'impression d'arriver à la fin du jeu, quoi. On va retourner au menu parce que je vais m'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Ah, c'est Pain Eat 13. Je vais changer de titre à la Rediff-Live précédente. Alors, est-ce qu'on est à la fin du jeu? Je ne sais pas, mais dans tous les cas, comme d'habitude, je mettrai numéro 3 en pensant que j'arriverai peut-être pas à la fin, mais bon. En tout cas, l'histoire est vraiment prenante, les blagues sont vraiment très chouettes à écouter. Et les musiques, chapeau quoi. Bon, je me demande qu'est-ce que ça va être comme patch de leur jeu, mais j'espère que c'est pas quelque chose qui va modifier quoi que ce soit. Et très honnêtement, enfin pour moi honnêtement, jusque là pour l'instant il n'y a pas besoin de changer quelque grand chose en général. Mais bon, on verra qu'est-ce qu'ils vont patcher. Eh bien, j'espère que cette Rediff-Live, en tout cas, vous aura plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas de mettre un pouce bleu, de commenter, partager, ça me fera super plaisir. N'hésitez pas à me suivre, non, n'hésitez pas à vous abonner à ma chaîne YouTube, pardon, d'activer la cloche de notification pour voir les nouvelles vidéos qui vont sortir. N'hésitez pas à me suivre sur Twitch aussi, le lien est dans la description de la Rediff-Live. Et du coup, on se retrouvera demain pour la suite et peut-être la fin de Chicken Police Painted Red. Demain 20h, n'hésitez pas à venir. Et sur ce, je vous souhaite à toutes et à tous de passer une bonne journée, une bonne soirée. Ça dépend à quelle heure vous regarderez cette Rediff-Live. Et je vous dis à toutes et à tous, bye bye.